right, all right. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hi.
Oh, I was
Hi.
expecting more, but okay. Just you were so talkative the past 7 minutes, and I was expecting more of a
Yeah,
verbose
sorry,
hi.
sorry. Hello. I just decided to go against the expectations. You know, break the norm of
Exactly.
of me being talkative before, and then be just like, hello.
uh, uh, uh. All right. So, everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, or whenever you are watching this. Welcome to the sixth episode. I'm going to start killing the number of episodes of for this introductory portion. I feel like it's unnecessary to like. Hey, if this is the sixth, like. It's an episode of
It
the
is an episode, yeah.
exactly, it's an episode of the Sir, This is an Interview show where I, the host, Him interviews VTubers, big or small, on who they are, how they became VTubers, and how VTubing impacted their lives. VTubing being where a person uses a virtual avatar generated by computer graphics as an aesthetic to do anything they want online, but to tighten the show's scope, we will be focusing on the content creators and streamers. Now, here we aim to abide by oral history methodology, so expect some level of chronology and narrative structure. But if we are everywhere with everything at once in the session, then so be it. At some point during the interview, we will be polling for community questions for the community for questions for our interviewee. So watchers think long and hard for that, and be wary to keep it within chat rules found in the description below. And please save them for when such section begins. Even so, we'll pretty much dig through chat, considering how slow it can always be. It can be, and pretty much surface what you asked, like mid conversation.
Okay.
Finally, if there are any VTubers that wish to come on the show to share their stories, send a message to the email also down the description below, or find it on this channel's about page, and I'll see to schedule you in. The only qualifications as of now is having a model, level of following, and experience in some level of content creation, whether it be streaming or prepared content. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to the interview. Today, we are stopping for Theodore Lucas, the Observer, a VTuber from a pretty laissez-faire and small agency, considering I haven't touched a single piece of red tape for this interview. Oh, wait, let me rephrase that. That was not at all tonally correct. Today we are stopping for a Theodore Lucas, the Observer, a VTuber from a pretty laissez-faire agency, considering I haven't really touched a single piece of red tape for this interview. Like I have not been confronted by one of your managers. Let's just say.
Yeah. I did say to them. I did specifically link to them your interview, so
Oh,
nobody.
cool.
The fact
Oh,
that
cool.
yeah, the fact that nobody decided to like come into your DMs, be like, "Oh, hello there, you can talk about this
Exactly.
stuff."
Exactly.
Yeah. They're fairly chill. They're fairly chill. So yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody. We're going to talk shit about you. All right.
Yeah, amazing.
So Theo, what's your plans today? For at least the rest of the day, considering your time zone right now.
Well, yeah. Today is very simple. I do this. Then I have like half an hour to vacuum and do other stuff. Then I have a stream on youtube.com on myself. I'm going to be starting Arknights with my friend.
Oh, I just realized. I think I accidentally not posted your links down in the description. I have to double check that. I could.
You know how it is. There is scuff everywhere. Like there is scuff
Exactly.
everywhere. It's not a stream of VTubing without a scuff. Like I noticed on all sides, like on big sides and small sides. If there is no scuff, it's not a stream.
Exactly. Just double checking. Okay, I still have Kuro's stuff from yesterday. I'm just going to quickly change. Oh wait, I can't do that with that. I'll add it later, but I'll also like pretty much type in your your.
You know, I have a distinct advantage in my rigging is that I can look at it and actually look at you.
Yeah.
While we're talking.
Yeah. That's always the good one. That's always the good rigging. Being able to turn left or right.
Yeah, I can turn like a 180, I think. So
Uh,
I can actually look at person I'm conversing with.
Exactly. Okay, I'm going to quickly copy and paste your at in the chat right here. That's his Twitter, so all of his links should be on his Twitter. Okay, just for the time being, as we.
I have a link tree there, so it's fine.
Um, what's your opinion on gelatin-based dishes?
I think I'm a very open person when it comes to food I consume.
Yeah.
So I tend to think a lot of the. I like sweets, so.
I mean,
I like sweets. I like gelatin. I like all that stuff. It's nice.
All right. What about savory gelatin?
Savory gelatin. Yeah, we have a specific dish here. It's a very interesting dish.
Yeah.
Called holodits.
Holodits. Okay. I assume it's like bits of meat and vegetables suspended in a savory gelatin.
Yes. It's meat jelly.
I got
It's meat jelly.
Yeah. I have to get into that at some point. I assume it's just going to be more like a solid meat soup or meat stew, so it shouldn't be too bad.
It's delicious. It's usually prepared cold, but because obviously,
obviously,
it's like a snack. It's a snack dish to go along with like bread and stuff like that. It's good.
Oh, I assume it would be great on bread. Yeah.
I haven't eaten it in a while, but yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, cool. Nice. So now, what about you introduce yourself, Theo?
Righty then. Well, my name is Deep. Okay, let me give you a small history lesson about how my name came to be. Because Theodore Locus is not exactly a name. It's just something I, as a VTuber, came up with to identify with humans, basically. Originally, I was just the observer, right? That was just my thing. I was just the observer, and people called me the observer. And I realized that without a nickname, it's a little non-personal, I'd say.
I got that.
So what? Yeah. So how the nickname came to be is even funnier. I was talking with a bigger streamer, right? I came in like on their Twitch chat, and I was like introduced myself. I was like, "Hello," and like wrote a message. To which the streamer in question, Ruzu, if you have heard of her, she proceeded to look at me, Theo, yeah, you're Theo now, and I'm like, okay, I'm Theo now. So Theo initially was created because of an ability of a VTuber to read.
we do have a lot of VTubers that are illiterate.
Yeah. So this was created because of the ability, and after a while, I was like, Theo. What could work with Theo? What could make me more personable to other people to talk to them and stuff? So eventually, I created the name Theodore. And Lucus, which is in Latin, means space.
Space.
And that was basically a name I created. That is the history. That is the quick TLDR version of the history behind my name.
It's definitely a VTuber name. I can easily recognize that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just call me Theodore. Theo. Theopsk too, if you want.
You know, I wonder if how her process was. Like the way I frame it is like the observer already has Theo in it. You know,
so that's why. That's why I think that's why I think Ruzu decided to call me Theo, because to explain a little bit, I had an X in my name because the observer together on Twitch was obviously filled in by one of the millions of users that already were there, right? So I decided to do the X server.
You gotta get in. You gotta put in your name somehow.
Yeah, so it was like that. Diob. Diob. Like this. It was like this. In Twitch. See the X?
I see the X. Yeah. I got that.
So the X usually confused people, and sometimes they call me the Ops. The Theo became the most prominent way people called me.
I got that.
After a certain point, and I started to say, whatever, just call me Theo, it's fine. And then after a while, I came up with my name closer to the introduction into the agency, because obviously I kind of migrated from my independent self to my agency self without any changes.
Yeah.
Just my only adjustment was with the fact that I had a name now for people to call me. So yeah, that's basically how the process went. I looked up space themes, space stuff, something that would fit me as a creature that I am, and yeah, Theodore Locus is what I arrived to.
All right. A little bit of VTuber lore, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of VTuber history. Nice. How often do you use the public restroom?
I'm a shut-in. I don't use public anything.
Gotcha.
It's been a while. It's like I haven't been like out there in the big cities in a long time.
Oh really? Are you more rural, suburban, or in between?
I live in a small closed-off area, like far outside the city. Like I do live beside the capital currently but yeah, it's like far away. It's like miles away from it.
I got that. Speaking of where you're at, you've told me you're Russian.
I am Russian. Yes.
Yes, you are Russian. How's daily life over there?
I would say decent.
Decent?
There has been like some price raises in some cases. But other than that, it's not too difficult. It's not like too difficult to exist. We're holding on. We're helping each other. We're doing stuff. It's nice.
Mutual aid and such, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just a part of like just to give a quick thing. It's a part of the nature of us because we kind of tend to come together under distress in some cases. So it's like for example, even before this whole thing happened, we were just like, hey, can you look after my cat while I'm on the trip? Yeah, sure, but give me the keys to your house. Sure. Like that's sort of the behavior, right?
I got that.
Between neighborhood. We fix each other's cars. We watered each other's plants. It's just like that kind of stuff.
I got that.
So it's a livable experience.
I got that. Adapt as you may. Stay tight knit within the community and such. Yeah. I think that actually covers the next question of how's finances been. Unless you want to delve a little bit deeper on that.
I'm gonna a little bit X-course about it. I think considering the fact that it's not that hard to live here. Like honestly, objectively, you can have let me quickly translate. What currency you use?
Well, for me, it's a U.S. dollar.
Okay, U.S.
I'm aware the ruble has really dipped in recent years. So.
It never really was that high to begin with. It was like 20 in best of times.
I got that.
Okay, so let me see. I can comfortably exist with $500 per month.
That.
Yeah. Like I can. My internet is $50. my internet is like $50 ish for a speed of 400 upload download. The food is not that hard to pay off. 30 that's $30K I think, and general. I guess like within $100 is the government pay per month, and that's like $100 I usually pay for government stuff. So yeah, it's not that hard.
Give me a moment. I have to recalibrate my my technology here.
Okay.
Come on, I had it on administrator mode as well. But what did you? So what? I remember we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but yeah, dinner, right? Recently.
Hmm?
Yeah, dinner recently. Supper.
Yes. Yes. I ate some vareniki, as I mentioned. Yeah, it's another. It's a Russian dish. A Russian dish. Well, effectively, it's dumplings, but like Russian dumplings. One form of Russian dumplings. We have two. We have vareniki and pelmeni, which are two different things.
Why are they different?
Method of cooking.
I got that.
Yeah, it's one thing. One, you just kind of like wrap the ingredient around in the in the dough, right? And it just you kind of just pinch it together, right?
Yeah.
So it creates like a dumpling, basically like a croissant shape, right?
I got that.
Basically how it looks. In pelmeni case, you do two slices of dough and kind of create a little bit of a round ball shape. So it's round, and usually in pelmeni's case, it's always meat. Right, it's always meat in pelmeni case because it's like always like round ball of meat, and you round the dough around it as like a ball, so it's like a small meaty ball, little ball. So it works. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. I'm not a master of like explaining cooking techniques, so that's as hard as I can explain it, honestly.
Oh no, I think it's pretty. I think it should be easy to understand. Like one is fried, one is boiled, one is there's a certain pieces of the dough are used for certain things.
It's one is fried, one is is used in like a boiling is like in boiling water. Yeah, boiling water. That's the thing.
I got that. All right. So when did you hear about VTubers?
I am admittedly one of the oldest watchers of VTubers, like right now, like in general, because I started watching VTubers in 2016.
You old man.
Yeah, I started watching VTubers in 2016. I started watching VTubers from the origin, basically. Kizunai.
I got that. Are you? Oh, so she was your first.
She was my first. Yes.
Mm.
Then I kind of watched her. Then I watched a bunch of other VTubers that popped up because of the influence of Kizuna Ai. Most of them are not around anymore, obviously, because it's been 77 years since then. Good lord, that makes me feel old.
Oh, don't worry. I feel old all the time. I can barely keep up with the young Zoomers.
Same. I don't understand. I don't understand people this thing. I don't understand people from this thing.
Have you?
I just do not.
Have you checked? Have you noticed the recent grimace shake trend?
Yeah, I don't understand what's the joke.
The joke. The joke is that the grimace's shake is so tasty and so powerful. It's it's ir- incomprehensible to our mortal minds. So I'm sure I'm sure as a Eldritch abomination, you'd love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. That would be something. But yeah, it's just like okay. So Kizuna Ai. Then it was like a lot of other names that I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right.
I was one of the first 20 people to watch Tsukino. No, not me. That's Mito. No, not Tsukino Mito, but what's her name? The first Hololive members. Tokin Sora. I was one of the first people to start watching Tokin Sora. I have been there when she had 20 people in chat. Yeah, that was something. She had 12, then she had 20, then she had like more. Because she opened in 2017 actually, which is the Tokin Sora. She appeared in 2017, far before any of her future genmates and talents, because she was like the OG basically.
Gotcha.
Others appeared middle of 2019, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like there's 2018, I guess 2018, the same year Nijisanji decided to spawn into existence. Yeah, but yeah, since then I watched like a bunch of VTubers. I watched indies, I watched corporate, I watched all manners of people, and I think I learned a lot about VTubing as a whole because of it. I learned about the history of VTubing, unintentionally, and how it changed over time. Yeah,
I got that. Why does VTubing interest you?
Because I feel like it's one of the more creative way of content creation. Simply because it's sort of an act of balancing the downsides of the model that might not move exactly like your body does, right? Because you have to have a really good rigging, you have to have like really good equipment, really good stuff, and that's always not always the case, right? And you have to balance those downsides with the pure sheer expressiveness that art and 2D and 3D can offer you, because you can convey a lot more emotion, I feel like, through animation than you can convey through our fleshy normal faces, you know?
Oh yeah. A big part of animation is literally hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why it kind of attracted me. Initially, it was 3D VTubers craze, obviously, because of Kizuna. She was 3D. She made 3D videos. So people tried to replicate that. They tried to make 3D videos, being hyperactive, being like, hey, domo, you know. And that slowly transitioned with the creation of Nijisanji. They actually were the one to pioneer the streaming platform, basically the VTuber as a streamer. Nijisanji were the ones to do that, because they brought in their own 2D live 2D VTubers, and they also pivoted towards live 2D, by the way. Because by that point there was only really Tokino Sora as the competition, so they had 7 people, right? They had immediately 7 people. Hololive only had Tokino Sora by the time they debuted. So they all had they had 3 direct contributions to the scene that we see right now. First, they pushed live 2D models as the concept, right, Nijisanji, and that sort of spread around as a wildfire in Japan, and then it's because it affected also Hololive, it spread into the West as a result, right? Because Hololive was the one who spread the VTubing into the world in some ways. Actually, you can see Tokino Sora. Even like back then, you could see Tokino Sora. She was 3D because of the craze of 3D, and it was like just exactly 1 year after Kizuna Ai debuted. So yeah.
All right.
And then suddenly you see a switch. You see a switch between 3D and 2D, where there was Roboko who's 3D, and then suddenly the first gen comes out fully live 2D. That is precisely because Niji Sanji popularized the live 2D model, and also popularized the streaming model when you stream on YouTube. And as a result, we see the VTubing scene that we see now. People stream on Twitch, on YouTube. VTubing often associated with streaming rather than content creation in general, like it was before, far before. And we see the current scene. I personally like Live 2D, obviously, because I feel like it's a pure expression of an artist, and even 3D cannot really achieve the levels of expressions that sometimes a 2D can. It's very colorful.
I got called out.
In a lot of ways. Huh?
I got called out.
No, it's fine. No shade.
I got that. No shade.
Yeah. Even like bigger VTubers said, like who started off 3D, they eventually transitioned into 2D because, like, it's just more expressive. It's just more characteristic. Like 3D is good in that range of motion, in that, but like, I can move my arms. But yeah, it's again, honestly, 3D versus 2D is another balancing act of pros versus cons in a way. Oh, it all is. That is also part of the reason why I like VTubing, because everything is a part of a balancing act. You sort of have to be prepared for it.
All right.
Yeah.
Why are you a VTuber? Because of just the aforementioned, or?
Yeah, to add to that, I think I kind of was hesitant to be a VTuber for a while because I was like, what can I bring to the table, right? Everything is already explored. Everything is already. What would I do, right? What exactly would I actually bring to the table that is like not brought by hundreds of other people? But then I was encouraged by a person, by several people in my life. And I went with it. But other than that, I think the fact that I always kind of wanted to do content creation, but my mortal form is, I don't think it's super marketable.
I got that.
Yeah, so I decided to be a little creative about it, and I got my hands on a little bit of a fundraise that I could use for this model. I'm actually really lucky. This model did not cost nearly as much as you think it is. That it did. I got.
Do you want to disclose that, or is that?
Yeah, I can. It's fine. Okay, so a lot of models of my quality tend to go in higher grade artists. I just see it. Similar quality goes for like 5K, right? Somewhere like that. I got everything with rigging and design within 2.
All right.
Yeah, it's like basically half the price of those premium packages because I got a really good artist, Aya. Usagi Aya, she's my art mama. She's been a sunshine to deal with.
Do you have her @ by chance? You're gonna put that in the chat right there, and later I'll put it into the description below.
@Usagi. Usagi. Oh yeah, there you are.
We like to promote and support our artists.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Actually,
she is.
I don't know why. I feel like I saw that name from somewhere. I keep talking.
Yeah, she is busy making a few siblings. I have a few siblings. One of which, if you actually look at my YouTube, I am collaborating with 2 of them.
Oh.
You can look at my live section and you see a person named Alexia Moivas. That is my older sibling, my older sister. And also a person called Vivi, the Grand Wizard Vivi, which is my younger brother.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So those 2 are the people I collaborate with in terms of VTubing, because we both like stuff, and I invite my part of my brand right now is inviting people to read gacha with.
I got that. Is there any sibling rivalry or rivalry?
I would not say so. We're all friendly. We are all united in punting our mom.
Punting her.
yeah, punting.
I got that.
She's the type of VTuber that you see and you want to pinch the cheeks off and watch her go. Yeah, stop it.
All right.
That is the type of VTuber she is.
I got that. Yeah. When did you start VTubing?
Actually, I started VTubing exactly 1 year ago.
1 year ago, so we're looking at 2022. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't mean like hyperbole. It was this day exactly 1 year ago.
Hmm.
Yeah. Today's my kind of anniversary a little bit. So.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, observer.
Thank you. I started off as a PNG that does not move, that doesn't have any talking frame, it does not have anything. I was playing. What was I playing? I was playing that Hololive game, fan game that came out back then. Like that you run around as Hololive EN members and shoot things, right? What was it called? Let me. I have it. I still have it. I have my VOD from there. Let me see. It's HoloCure. There you go. HoloCure. Yeah, HoloCure.
Ooh.
I started off with HoloCure. The hilarious part is that I started off completely awkward, completely. I was not into it, and I was COVID ridden. So that was my first stream.
Wow.
So it was like basically to emulate my style of talking back then. It was, hello.
My man's dying.
That was basically me back then, and I was awkward. I had a bouncing PNG that light up occasionally.
Yeah.
And stared awkwardly into the screen. Those were the days. Those were the days.
Those were the. Were they good or bad?
They were days.
They were days.
They were days. I can't really say good, bad. Those were days. I think ultimately, it wasn't bad per se. Because I can look back at it and laugh about it, right? But it's just like, it tends to come with a certain amount of like, what are you doing, dumbass?
Yeah.
But all things that you have any point of reference to your past self. I'm sure every single VTuber, if they watched their debut stream like years ago, they would die of cringe and crawl under the table.
I got that. I used to. I actually. This is the second year I've actually VTubed. This whole entire channel has been a complete re-debut of my past experience. Yeah, new motto and everything.
Yeah. So imagine if you were to just sit down right now and decided to watch your first stream, like ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, you would probably curl under the table like 10 minutes later.
Exactly. Crawl down and go and turn into what is it? Return to the fetal position.
Yeah, return to the fetal position because if this cringes me, I don't want to live on this planet.
Exactly. So, do you have an occupation?
I am a part-time editor right now in a journal.
All right.
It's kind of like a work from home thing. I'm sent projects. I'm sent like stuff people do. Like basically, I send like a book, drafts of books, all that kind of jazz, and I have to review it, and I have to like look at it, and I have to completely lambast it.
I got that. I got that. Are there any? Is this like more like are you on a payroll or is this like more gig based?
It's kind of half freelance thing, but I'm
Uh,
consistent. Like everyone knows that I'm basically on the payroll. I might as well be on a payroll, but like I'm one of the most consistent people who work there, even though I'm a freelancer technically.
ah,
And yeah,
so
it's because of an old friendship with an editor, with the editor in chief. So
uh, a very gray area you're pretty much in.
yeah, I'm kind of in a gray area.
Alright.
My what I studied to do is psychology, and I still do it
Mm-hmm.
occasionally. But yeah,
All right,
I
cool.
mostly work as an editor.
Did you always pursue like psychology, or did you have like
Uh,
other plans?
I had other plans. I wanted to be a journalist at some point. I wanted to be a lot other things at some point, but then I decided to, through the power of my final exams, that I will be going to psychology because that was sort of one of the options. Okay, to quickly explain how how the study system here works, you
Uh,
have 11 classes of school, right? Um, you can drop out of school in ninth class if you want to pursue like smaller like basically the construction work, all that kind of stuff. You want to pursue stuff in that area, cooking, obviously, those are the very crafty jobs. If you want to pursue one of those, you can drop out and just go to college. That's called college here, right? And that's where you will proceed to get the remainder of your studies, and then after that you'll go work, right? Or you can choose to stay in high school, last 2 years of high school, right? Both ninth class and 11th class, they had their own form of exams. You need to pass with both of those. The second form of exam basically determines how your and what you choose to do as an exam is what basically chooses your institute aspirations, right?
all right.
And I chose specific things that I got all of them together, and my best ones were the ones needed for psychology,
I
right?
got that.
So ultimately, what happened is I managed to snatch a budget place within the university I wanted of my choice because of my marks, and that's the rest is history.
I see. The rest
So
is history.
we have free like 20-25 spots per
Uh,
class that are just budget people.
I see.
So free.
In a way, you kind of achieved your original plan of being like a journalist. Not so much like
Yeah.
the journalism part, more or less. You're going to be lambasting other journalists on their writing.
Yeah, I am scrutinizing. That's part of the reason why I hate modern journalism, because I know exactly what they're doing, and I know
Uh,
exactly that none of their stupid ass editors sitting there actually do anything to correct their course when they when they churn out stupid opinion pieces.
I got that. I got that. In fact, I think recently I've been reading about like how Chat GPT has been utilized as a like a big tool for uh big what do I say for fluff pieces throughout at least like gaming
Yeah,
journalism.
yeah. The thing about this, I think, is that people don't really know these days how to separate their own opinion from the fact. They when they talk about it, is like it's always coated in. But I feel like, but I think, when there is objective truth about something, right? There is
Uh,
objective truth about the fact. And if a person, but I think so, that does not work like that. The world does not work like that. It either is or isn't. That is like the internet culture, I feel like, of the but I think so, like caveats always had to have a caveat, but I think so, but I feel like it kind of muddied the water in terms of the clarity of messages people deliver.
uh,
So when I do say something, right, that I'm 100% certain about, I say it like it is, right? Like sun is hot. I'm not gonna say I think sun is hot. Yeah, sun is hot. So a lot of those opinion pieces, I feel like they focus on wrong things. As an editor, I'm gonna say it like that. They focus on wrong things.
All right. What are these? Like, can you elaborate on the wrong things?
Okay, to give an example, when talking about, like, it's an extreme example. Obviously, it's not always gonna happen like that. But when there was a piece about a game, being the Harry Potter game, right?
Yeah.
It was a review of a game, and 80% of that review, the reviewer spent lambasting J.K. Rowling.
I got that.
So that was the point of that review, to say how bad of a person J.K. Rowling is, even though that was not the point of that article. It was to review the game, which I do not agree with as an editor. I do not agree with putting other agendas into a piece. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, you cannot express your opinions. I'm going to say, if you want to write a piece lambasting J.K. Rowling, write a piece lambasting J.K. Rowling. You can review the game separately. That's what I mean. Yeah. So yeah, people in people's perception, I feel like those kind of things, they became similar. And if you want to review something that other people hate for its own merits because of the connection with something else, people tend to find that disagreeable. Because they like, a lot of people actually enjoy being catered to, if that makes sense.
I got that.
Yeah. So basically, that's the example of what I personally consider to be unethical as a journalist. Trying to bring your overly inflated ambitions and overly inflated opinions into something that should be at least semi-objective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, reviewing a game is a subjective piece. Okay. Because you can't play a game and then objectively judge it by its own merits. You can't really. Games is an art piece ultimately, so you cannot even completely objectively judge it anyway, because everyone sees their own thing in a game. Some person like sees in Minecraft, like in a sort of, just an example. Some person might see Minecraft as like additional home where they relax and think about life. Another person goes Doomslayer on the dragon like every 2 hours. It really depends on experience of a person. So similar in RPGs. Some person might have enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy because of the immersion and nostalgia and all that kind of stuff. Other person have no fucking clue what Harry Potter is. It's a rarity, but those exist. And they just kind of wanted to play funny pew pew magic game. Right? And they'd have no connection to prior world. They have no connection to anything tied to the franchise. And they think it's just fun world, right? And they might notice that the story can be a little bland at times. They might notice all that stuff, right? Because they are not influenced by their nostalgia. But other people might give it a higher grade than it is, because they are influenced by their nostalgia, and they are extremely ecstatic that the world from their childhood came to life like that, right?
Yeah, I got that.
So that's basically how I view things. I like to think I'm keeping things objective a lot of the times myself, but even if I don't, in some cases, I'd like to say I give everything a fair chance, even if it's slightly problematic.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's not directly saying to my face, "Go kill Jews," right, or something.
Yeah,
I will not.
Of course.
Yeah, I will not. I will not consider it to be immoral and irreversibly problematic. You know what I mean? Like, if the game directly tells me, that it doesn't disrespect some such and such and such, and hates such and such and such, and says go burn down an orphanage, you silly piece of shit. I will not really, accuse it of anything. If that makes sense.
All right. So it's mainly based off if the message is direct rather than indirect.
Yeah, I feel like I myself also struggle sometimes with picking up like some subtle things. People found so many things that they don't like about Harry Potter series. I just
Yeah.
always thought it was a fun magic book. I never really seen those underlying themes there, which I guess it's my sort of drive to review everything on its merits. Like if it's a fantasy story about a magic person doing magic things, I would rather view it as a magic story filled with magic people doing magical stuff, rather than some subliminal messages about how she hates such and such and how she feels about such and such. You know.
I got that. I got that.
And to be fair, though, a lot of the it might not be like the perfect way to view things, but I like my own way.
I got that.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when did you find your VTuber agency, or when did they find you?
I found them several months ago, actually.
Several months ago? Okay.
Yeah, several months ago. I don't remember the direct date. It was the craze of auditions back then. It was like a bit of a craze. Everyone posted their own auditions. Everyone tried to create their own little agencies. Most of them kind of by this point, because I feel like people don't really understand what an agency makes.
I got that.
So they just go. I want to make an agency. I have no preparation, no marketing, nothing going for me. But I want to make an agency. You know.
I got that.
And it's just like, yeah, sure, you can, but like to compete with the corporations that are currently on the market on all sides, you sort of have to have resources, my guy.
You need connections, my bro. You got a network.
Yeah.
You got a network.
Yeah. You got a network. You gotta have money. Unfortunately, you gotta have money. You can't just start with zero budget. That's not how it works. You have to have a promotional material. You have to know how to promote things. You have to know how to network between other agencies and other people. You have to know all that. You have to know how to get the connections going. You have to have extensive staff. Like that's not even like three or four people. You have to have staff, lots of staff. You have to have managers, you have to have sound editors, you have to have editors in the first place, you have to have all those people that will work with you and that will provide the content creation machine that is an agency.
I got that.
Like, look at Idol's agency's person, Fred Penrose, just an example. She's a small agency person, right? But she utilizing the resources of the utilizing resources of the agency that she has. She produced all these shorts in a very short amount of time, right? She produced all of those things because what she needed to do is just write a script and record it, and then send it off to editors, right? That's all she needed to do. And then they edited down the short, and then she posted it. Yeah. Or her manager posted it, whatever. So she managed to maintain a consistency of several shorts per week, right? And she managed to push the algorithm that way to her advantage, and there we go. She has Ren Penrose.
Should be above 200K now.
No, she has nearly 500K.
What? Okay, that's a new update. Okay, wow. Okay,
yeah, she has 494,000 subscribers.
Okay, I guess I'm going to continue taking some level of inspiration from her. Even as a little indie as myself. Wow. But that sounds It sounds like I hate to describe it like that because it sounds pretty like plastic, but like it's assembly line content production sounds pretty cool. Sounds really efficient.
It is really efficient. I'm just gonna Just total subscriber per month. It's just like, okay. So she had February 2023, right? Those were 20,000, 20,000, obviously, right? She started growing. Then came March 23, 48,000. Then came April, 200,000.
All right.
Yeah, and then May she got to 325.
I wonder how I wonder how much she's been leaving the rest of her co-idols in the dust because of this.
A lot of them have like solid numbers, but yeah, it's just total subscribers. If you look at it, her grade when she started which was December 22, right? She started December 22. She got 19,000 basically. Not started. She already was, but 19,000, right? Then it was growth. It seemed decent growth. She got 24K right after a month. Not total 24K, but that's her total subscribers. 24K. Then she jumped into 27. Then she jumped into 49. Right. It was a decent growth. And then suddenly from March was already the start of it. Then suddenly from March to April, she jumped to 200,000. That is the amount of influence her kind of style of content gotten on the algorithm and people watching her, and that basically propelled her and the agency she actually is in, because people who trickled into her channel, they also went to other channels, right? So the other channels also proceeded to grow accordingly, right? So for example, you have Idol Ian, which are currently there's the also grown a little bit 32K, 20K, 21, 16, 20, and they started. Then there's Yuko Yurei, who grown to nearly 200K too, as well. And the other people, it's just like she managed to pull the entire agency upwards, and their entire overall subscriber count kind of skyrocketed because of her success. So at least several people doubled their subscription numbers.
Have you considered making a lot of like VTuber history content?
Yes.
Yes.
I tend to. I actually am going to do a lot of essays about games and maybe historical VTuber history content and folklore and all that kind of stuff, because I'm very proficient in researching.
Yeah, I can see. I can tell. Yeah. That's what tools do you use for researching this sort of stuff?
I research. I use obviously the obvious candidate is Google. I use VTuber Wikipedia. I use my own extensive notes because I have notes about every single debut, every single graduation from Nijisanji, Hololive, and all of indies. I have several graphs I made over the years about the progression of growth.
Graphs. You're sounding like a chronicler, like a medieval chronicler here.
I'm a little bit.
Yeah. Like, eventually, we're just gonna have like we're gonna have you like have a dedicated little archive somewhere in a like
I do have
it.
I do have a dedicated
little
archive.
like, is this all digital by chance?
Yes, it is digital.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I have a whole Google Drop thing dedicated to just my graphs. Look at this graph. And stuff like that. Just to say, I was called in an old Discord thing where I was spent a lot of time as a starting VTuber enjoyer of 2020. Not starting, but I was like a VTuber enjoyer in 2020. I spent a lot of the time in that Discord from 2022 up till 2021. I was called Statman because I knew literally everything. And several times I shit you not, I calculated exact amount of hours every single person in Hololive streamed several months in a row.
Is oh wow, you're too dangerous to be kept alive, don't you? Aren't you? Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. I literally know how people the dynamic between the streaming hours, how it fluctuates. I know general progression of Hololive and Ninja Sanji and all of indies. I have seen most of their debuts. I have seen most of their graduations of those people who graduated. I can safely say when I'm in VTubing community that I am in your walls.
Oh wow. Well, aren't I glad that I believe in castle doctrine then? All right. Oh, wow. So yeah. Okay. So okay. Back on track. Back on track. Okay. So how is your VTuber agency structured?
It's very simple, honestly. We have our CEO Pingy. We have several managers. We have a few artists that work on our assets. We have like a few. We also have a few editors. Two of them, in fact, the main one, and the side one, the one that does shorts and stuff. And we have like a few consultants, a few of those people who like kind of help out around the place. Other than that, it's just very simple. Like we had community manager, one single, and three talents currently. There was four, but like one decided to step down as a talent to pursue other things because job.
Mm-hmm. Y'all
good
are now
job.
the
They were offered a good job.
Y'all are the
and they,
remaining big three, huh?
Yeah, we're the big three. Me, the guy named Oni, and Astral.
I got that.
You might also notice Astral in my live archives as a person who plays Dorica with me.
Okay.
Yeah, the Oni. Two Onis and me.
Two demons and an eldritch horror. Gotcha.
Yeah, two demons and an eldritch horror come into a room. But yeah, ultimately, we are going to be doing a fair bit of song covers because we have a sound engineer and we have like a good editor. He actually does amazing MVs. Actually, I just noticed, and like for the level of experience they have, they do really good job of conveying just stuff. Like they do really good job at that. And all of it, the thing about this is all of it is completely free. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to be utilizing it to do my first cover too.
Okay. Okay. Free labor.
I'm a chatty person. You notice that as well. I have a lot of things to say.
hey, that's my bread and butter as an interviewer.
Yeah, I know a lot of people tend to be a little shy on interviews. They tend to like be like, I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I will just say what's on my mind.
I got that. How much communication occurs between the idols and management?
Decent amount. We talk a lot. We share projects. We kind of do updates about stuff like what we're doing. Like what I am doing currently is I am producing lots of videos from my old VODs, right? When I was on Twitch, all these videos you see, if you go on videos, those things basically were there because of my old VODs from Twitch, where I played those games. Because I decided to upload them for posterity's sake, so people can actually see the past story beats, right? That they might have missed in the new YouTube streams. And I'm going to continue uploading them. I'm going to continue uploading all of the new VODs as well. Cut up and like maybe even fixed in some places with sound issues and the like.
Right? I got that.
And I think part of being successful on YouTube is uploading all this short-term content, because all this short-term content will attract people who will watch it, and it will rev up the algorithm, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
So that's it. Also, another thing I want to, I'm working with a person on my first video, which is like basically a retrospective of the whole Overwatch 2 situation and Blizzard situation. It's like then I'm going to I actually want to write a piece about history of Nijisanji as a whole. I want to write because current turmoil situation, everything happened to it. Everything happened into it because of the EM mismanagement stuff. They definitely started differently, much differently. So I want to write a piece for each of the big corporations right now.
I got that. I do ask, when you do write the history, will you be providing a list of citations?
Of course.
Cool.
I have. I will write. I will use the wiki as sources. I will use the various news articles that were posted in the time of release, both Japanese and English. Obviously, I will use a variety of clippings and variety of. I will try to use some citations of video format if I find any. But considering HoloLive had a great purge of videos. Somewhere in the range of 2020, actually, start of 2020, they had a great copyright purge, as people like to call it. That deleted basically like 50% of some talent's old VODs and videos. It will be hard to provide exact videos and exact clips, considering they don't exist anymore.
You're probably going to have to take through a lot of forums for that information or for that.
Yeah, I will have to dig through a lot of forums to at least get a semblance of understanding of what exactly was lost and what exactly was because it is a big event. And the other big events being the drama involving communities and stuff like that. Though to be fair, in terms of HoloLive, I'd say 2017 till 2020 were pretty quiet years for them, considering they weren't really that much on the radar to begin with. So
I got that.
The funny thing about this is it's really strange for us as EN people, right? English people who watch like all the clips and seeing all the explosions of VTuber. We think, oh, HoloLive is the shit. It's the biggest agency ever, right? Funny thing, it wasn't until 2020, where it introduced EN Group. It was not the biggest. Because even like in terms of like knowledge of the brand, people, so for example, Aqua, right, the biggest 600,000, she had 600,000K by that point, and she played with a random Japanese streamer, right, in Apex, right, and he did not recognize her. He knows VTubers, he did not recognize her. He did not know who she is, but he knew Nijisanji. So Nijisanji was actually a much bigger brand in Japan than HoloLive ever was. It only really outpaced Nijisanji because of the fact that English people got attracted through the magic of clips, magic of editing, magic of translation.
I got that. Whole entire market explosion.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like it's just something people don't really recognize and don't really notice, is that a lot of things that they think might have existed, they existed purely because their perception of it was like that, because they got introduced to it like that. But if you look at it objectively, it was a little more complicated than that.
I got that. Let's see. Why did you join a VTuber agency?
Basically, I did everything on my own before, and I kind of tried to pursue everything on my own. But I am but a single man I am but a single man. I have only 24 hours in the day. I cannot. I need to sleep occasionally and eat occasionally and do other stuff occasionally. So I can't really dedicate my entire being more than I already do to creation of content and creation of videos and creation of everything, because it's well, frankly, hard.
I got that.
I would not really consider posting so much videos and try and asking to if I didn't have a video editor who I can just say, please use these timestamps and cut my VOD here, and please post this on this Dropbox thing, and the video editor it didn't just say yeah, sure, right? So yeah, it's the thing. Sure, our video editor might be busy with stuff, but it is precisely because of our video editor that I have videos lined up until 8th of this month.
I got that.
So I don't need to upload or post anything until 8th of this month, and then I will upload anything. I will upload even more stuff that will last me for a week or two, and it's sort of how we go around about this thing.
I got that. What does your managers do? Let me phrase that. What do your managers do? What is their function?
They help out in terms of general direction. I consult about them. They also serve as the ley lines between me and the other staff members. So basically, like artists, video engineers, audio engineers. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go to my manager and ask, like, okay, I need cover, or like, okay, I need assets for this. Right, for a cover. So for example, how it happened with my cover, I need assets for my cover. They ask, what cover? I say, okay, this song, please. And I say, okay, I'm gonna put a request in the I'm going to put the requests in the artist's basically existence, right? So for example, I want to cover the let me find it. I want to cover the new Yukopi song that the people you know this one, right? Where the bouncing flute person.
I think so. Yeah.
Let me link you so you know for sure.
Yeah.
It's this one. Right?
Oh yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cover this one. So I basically ask my manager, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Please, can you ask the artist and stuff to provide art assets, so the video editor can edit it all together and have me hop with a recorder and do beep 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 beep, beep and stuff like that. And just, okay, what's the timetable? Like, there is no particular timetable. Take all your time, all the time you need. Okay, and that's basically how it went. And now I am going to talk with directly already with the audio manager, who I also asked through the manager, and they contacted me, and I'm going to talk about them to them about recording and editing and like mixing my vocals, right? For it to be slapped together with the art assets and MV, right? That's basically how it will go. And eventually, sooner or later, my cover will be produced, right? So there's like a certain pipeline of people. We periodically do meetings, because there's a few proactive managers who do meetings about us and discuss what the hell are we gonna do next, right? How we're gonna try to raise awareness of our brand and all that, and yeah, genuinely that's how it goes.
Okay, I see. On the topic of covers, is there a upcoming Levin polka or any form of a polka song coming up?
Maybe that's a good idea.
All right. What are their do you know about their like backgrounds in management, or like
how much do you know management?
Like how much do you know about all of the agencies? Let's say work staff.
I would say I would not know a lot of personal stuff, obviously, because I didn't ask. But I do know I do know they do have background in management and background in other stuff, and it's not that surprising to me that they decided to do this, and they all clearly are passionate about what they do. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right. Do you know if there's any like projects that they worked on before coming together?
Not sure. Not sure. No. I'm a person. I'm a very intuitive person. I tend to not really ask a lot of direct questions because I sort of understand people in a lot of ways. So like I know that I know that they had. I know they had a lot of projects outside of content creation space with their own stuff. So I think that it is very easy to say that they are going to be doing a good job. Yeah.
All right. How was the audition, or how was the audition experience?
Audition was very simple, I'd say. It had the usual 3 stages, right?
Yeah.
It had the usual 3 stages. It had the usual stage. The first stage was obviously the document where you filled everything up and you send your own audition video that you record and edit and whatever the hell. Then I was invited to the server, to their central hub thing. And it was basically, there was a lot of candidates. There was a lot of candidates who made it past into stage 2. And there was like 20 people, I think.
Yeah.
More than 20 people. Something in that radius. It was 20 people or something. And we got personally interviewed by the core crew of the company. The main artist, the main sound engineer, the management, the talent manager, etc., etc., etc. They had like a review interview console of things, right? And we talked to them directly, and it was basically have taking a sip of water.
I got that.
It was basically talking about what my talents are, trying to ask me how I sing, all that kind of jazz, and they share their own goals, which are very humble goals, by the way. It's not a lofty goal to reach the stars. It was just to survive a few months.
I got it. It was an endurance test.
Yeah, think about this. Think about this from their perspective too. They're a small agency in the space that does not like small agencies, that do not have any connections and don't have anything to offer to them ultimately, because let's be real, all of the news channels here are incredibly biased. They have their own bias. They're paid off to do promotion about new agencies that are capable of paying, right?
I got it.
The false ID, for example, you know that he will usually cover the most profitable news.
Oh yeah. I know that one. He always gave me like a Keemstar vibes for some reason.
I think it's the manner of speaking. Yeah,
it might be. Yeah.
He has that kind of rambunctious, oh hello there kind of vibe.
I got that.
So obviously he's going to cover like the biggest news around, and we are obviously not the biggest news. So thing about this is the fact that we even survived this long, I feel like it's an achievement as a company, because there was no marketing, no real marketing involved. A lot of people were inexperienced in this particular form of marketing, and I think people really underestimate how different VTuber marketing is to normal marketing. They really do. You can't do the same things you do for a normal company marketing. You need to be creative. You need to approach other agencies. You need to do all that stuff. You need to make sure you have connections, some sort of connections formed. You need to maybe do a cover song to announce your presence or something. Maybe do like an original song or whatever.
Yeah.
And even then, a lot of the agencies that that have a really strong start, say Next Stage, right? There was an agency called Next Stage that managed to secure themselves a promotion from both False ID and Kyo and all that stuff, 3 of their 5 talents have graduated.
I got that.
Yeah, so there's only 2 talents left on their payroll. Out of 5. And 2 of them graduated immediately, like immediately after the start of the job. 1 graduated much later, but yeah. I feel like it really depends on how you take that momentum and how you push it forward. You have another example of AN agency. It's called AN. It's a small agency, but they are growing fairly fast, right?
Yeah.
And unlike the next stage, they both have the budget, they both have the promotion, but the talents involved in the agency managed to actually make it. Most of them currently have, I would say, in the radius of 10 to 15,000 subscribers, which is good, which is a good starting platform within a very short time from creation. And they can be very comfortably assured in creating the second generation, which they are doing right now. They are scouting another generation of VTubers.
I got that.
So yeah, this is the tactic. You sort of have to. I might not know the particulars of how the agency is kept afloat and how the people in the agencies promote themselves and each other and all that kind of jazz. But I do know that being an agency at the start is an endurance contest that one must win, and not only win, they must get to the end of the endurance contest with their wits intact and lots of resources in advance, so they can further promote themselves, do merch, etc., etc., etc.
I got that. Do your managers advise you to follow trends, or are they very laissez-faire about your content?
I think they know I have a strong direction right now. I don't play mainstream games. That's my thing. Most games that I play, you can literally look at my YouTube channel right now in the live section and try to say if you know any of these games.
I got that.
You might know the Honkai Impact one. You might know maybe Limbus Company if you're into gachas. Right, but you might not. Well, you definitely will not know Punishing Grey Raven. Definitely not know Path to Nowhere. Definitely not know Storica. Nobody knows Storica. It's very. I tend to bring attention to a lot of games that are not widely recognized. I think that is my sort of part of my brand. I think, and I think people. I think the managers kind of like that because I do grow at a consistently decent pace recently.
All right. Are you thinking of doing like an Indie Fest month or something for your streams?
Yeah, you can say so. I tend to, how I approach them right now is that I have a list of games, right? And I invite various people from all over the place. I'm gonna spoil a little bit, but just to show how many people I have right now.
All right,
all of these, some of these are exclusive sneak peek, basically.
I got that.
Let me see. Where is another one? Like this 4. Let me see. Ashroll 5. The only Punishing Graven 6. The only one I do that isn't currently. Let me check something. Where is it? Oh, okay. So Honkai, everything else here. Path to Nowhere. There you go. These are the amount of people I am doing or planning to do a thing with, and this is just outside of Limbus Company, which is the only one I'm doing solo.
Yeah.
Right. So these are all people. Like, look at this. These are the series I'm planning to hold on my channel for now.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. There's semi-prominent people here, and there's small people here as well.
I got that.
I just like to do things with people, so I decided why not do a series where I voice my male characters of the story and other people voice the female characters, or at least I voice like the older characters and they voice the younger. There's a Honkai Impact because everyone is female in Honkai Impact, or like most of the people are female in Honkai Impact.
Yeah, either female or twinks. Yes, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, there are dudes in Impact. There's like an older guy, like the father of the main characters, but like most of the main characters as of right now are focused around the female cast because it's very tight. Yeah, so yeah, that like that.
I see.
Other than that, I as I said, a lot of the essay content. I might post a short or two, several occasionally. I'm just trying to focus on YouTube right now. I would post like TikToks. I would do other stuff, but I just don't understand these platforms. I just don't.
I got that. I've been at TikTok for about 2 months now. It's a grind so far. Ugh, so much of a grind.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You mentioned you have counselors. What kind of what do they provide? What kind of advice do they provide?
Timings of streams, general timings of the streams, general advice on trends, advice on stuff that could be done if you really wanted to. There's a whole document in their whole discussion with the person just laying out the best course of action to do on like Twitch stuff effectively.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is this document updated frequently? Do they
frequently updated. They do research, they do the other stuff like that, and they update the stuff, and it's an interesting read because I'm currently on YouTube, so it's not really relevant for me, but it is relevant for the other two people in my agency. I am sort of like part of the reason why I'm YouTube is that I'm sort of a testing run to see if we can transition safely to YouTube.
You're the guinea pig, gotcha.
Sort of, but I also was the voluntary one because I did want to transition to YouTube after Twitch shot itself in the foot.
I know of that, yeah. In fact, I know
Twitch really enjoys doing that, don't it?
Yeah, it does. In fact, I do know of another VTuber that I hang around the server and pointing out she pretty much as on the top of the hour, she has an automated message saying watchers or VOD watchers just turn on ad block it because at this point it's not worth the advertisements.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like even the fact that YouTube updated their new system of the basically ads to penetrate some of the ad blocks, right?
I got
even
that.
Right? I look at these ads and I go, that is nothing bad, right? It's just two buttons I can click and they go away.
Exactly.
You can actually click on the X button and it will disappear. It will not waste a minute of my time to watch all of these while the streamer is sitting on the other side quietly trying to wait until the ads are done.
Exactly.
Even the fact that I'm Russian and we don't have ads here because Twitch and YouTube people decide to whatever, we're not gonna write ads there because it's not like we have ad programs here or anything, right?
Yeah.
So people just decided to go either use a VPN to Russia.
I got that.
or do other things, right?
The best ad block.
The best ad block. VPN to Russia.
Exactly. Mm.
But yeah, it's just. I feel like it just come to a point where I'm starting to see that even the biggest VTubers are questioning if all these policies and all these restrictions and all these changes are really even worth it to stay on Twitch. I don't think they are, by the way, so that's why I'm here.
I got that. How do you how does your manager's staff like promote your streams or promote you?
The biggest one is the retweets and the promotion on Twitter. The basic retweeting of what I do, the announcement, the announcement in advance. So today Theo is going to do this and this and that, and this is the thumbnail, and this is the link to the stream, and then the retweet happens when the stream starts. Obviously. Other than that, I feel like there's going to be a hopefully sooner development where it's going to be other forms of as well, like possible promotion to other talent agency, because I was asked who I would like to collaborate with as like an example, and that would probably they are probably going to go more into collaboration with other agencies. We'll see about that though.
I got that.
Yeah.
What kind of What kind of resources or tools does your group use to function and promote? Have you ever had to like attend meetings?
Yes, twice or thrice so far, but the meetings are intensifying because we had more manager now. They hired more managers to supervise things. They hired more people to be around things basically. So that's part of the reason why I feel like the management is going to increase its activity, because there's more people now.
All right.
We do have a roster, but we did have a rough start. It's nothing surprising about that, because a lot of people, again, even people who do manage to survive in this climate as an agency, they don't exactly understand what it takes to be one.
I got that.
And that's something I feel like that is a problem. That is a problem that can only be solved by good old experience.
Exactly. Are there any plans? I mean, what are the plans once at least like the first 3 idols start being monetizable? Or like what's the plan when the group actually gets an income flowing?
Well, obviously merch. That's every group's idea. The voice packs, all that kind of stuff. That's obviously in the plans. Other than that, I feel like there's going to be a lot of that revenue is going to be put into further promoting, be it on Twitter, be it on other agencies, be it on other stuff. It's going to be put into promoting. So there's going to be obviously going to be like one of those Vtuber ad pop-ups on like people's streams, people's videos. You know, the ad break, and then sometimes you can see a Vtuber pop-up because someone paid off the YouTube to run ads of like Vtuber videos, and they are kind of found like that. It's probably going to be paid. Clippers are probably going to be paid to clips, obviously. Obviously, that's not a surprise, because a lot of the agency's promotion tends to appear from the Clippers. A lot of new rising stars became rising stars exclusively because some Clippers decided to, hey, let's clip them. Namely Cooksey. There's OB. There's VTubers I love, Vil. All of those people, they tend to bring a lot of attention to newer VTubers that they enjoy, obviously. Not to throw shade, but mostly female VTubers. Not mostly. All of them are female VTubers.
Oh. Well, not to throw shade, why do you have to preface that?
I mean, because it's marketable. Like, it's marketable. Yeah, it's marketable. I'm not like trying to say, "Are you perverts? You want to watch boobs or dick?" No, it's just more marketable to do clips of really interesting female models, because they are attractive. They are just good to watch. Like, and they make for one hell of thumbnails.
I am aware.
They make really good thumbnails. Like VTubers, I love. Just scrolling through that. There is love to clip. What is this? Channels. For example, just an example. Look at this. It's just this would make anyone clip a clip. This would make anyone.
Oh, I see. Bait. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see the bait.
Yeah, this would make anyone click on the clip. And then, after they click on the clip, they discover the fact that the abs girl that is really hot is not only hot, she's also an interesting person. She's also really, she has amazing rigging, first and foremost. You actually, I want to show the example of this person's work, because I did find them. And I want to also promote them, because they do fantastic facial rigging.
Of course. Provide their @ and I'll pretty much put their links there.
So this video, just check it out. The video, and then there's their credentials are also there. Like, look at this. Look at the lip sync on that. Look at it.
I see it. Nice.
Yeah. The way the mouth moves. I would not be surprised if the person who were to watch the VTuber with that kind of tracking would be able to read their lips. Like, if it's like pronounced lips, I would not be surprised.
Hey, the deaf is a large market after all.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. And what they do is that they update your tracking. They update it largely. So that's iPhone 12. They do it for the iPhone tracking, obviously, so that you adjust to vBridger and stuff like that, right? But it's still, if you have the resources to do to get that kind of number, right? That kind of phone, right? You can potentially get the rig from them and potentially be amazing in terms of how your mouth movements and and everything you are movements. And you can notice that same kind of technology in Sansin Jin, whose mouth movement is very natural. The person I linked you the clip of.
I got that.
Yeah, and it's marketable. It's just very marketable. People really like interesting people, right? But as Joey said on interview with Iron Mouse, people like hot people. That's not a surprise. People will click on the model that they find hot, and people will not click on the model that they don't find hot. That's just how it is. And most watchers of VTubers are male. So they are most likely to click on big abs, big booba, rather than hello bro, no homo bro.
I got that.
I have my own market. Obviously, I have my market for people who like classy older gentlemen, right?
Of course. You embody another form of sexiness. I got that.
Yeah. But I do realize a simple fact that most clippers will clip people who they find hot, which is most often the case, female VTubers.
Yep.
I have actually, I don't know if I have seen that big amount of dedicated male clip VTubers.
Yeah.
There is one, and he's very inconsistent in his clipping, just like the biggest ones. I don't think I've seen any other, and that's fine. I'm not no shade here. It's just really showcases the nature of the consumer market in the Western side of things.
I got that.
It's actually kind of surprising that male VTubers are more prominent in Japan.
Oh,
there's
really?
a lot of there is a lot more smaller, like in idol agencies. Obviously, they are going to be focusing on idols, right? But if you look at Niji Sanji, half of their talents are male. Their most subscribed talent is male. Well, he was most subscribed talent, but then Hyakuman Tanbara appeared, and she managed to grow 1.5 million viewers in 2 weeks. But that's history.
That's history. Yeah.
Before that, it was I think it was Kuzuha. Yeah, Kuzuha. Who's the guy? He's just a dude, vampire dude. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more market for male VTubers on the East rather than on the West, where it is the big Twitch culture, the big all that kind of stuff, the big raiding, all that kind of fun little things.
I got that. What difficulties have you and your co-idols encountered while in the group? Any internet issues that came up from time to time?
I think drama? The usual stuff. The usual stuff happens. Drama. I wouldn't say there was drama within the group as much as just lack of experience showing, as I want to say, because there was I'm not someone who would call it drama. But I did have to say several times what everyone was thinking, but no one was wanting to say for diplomatic reasons. So I basically come in on my as like a Kool-Aid man through the wall to say what everyone was exactly thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, I tend to be that person for the groups. I tend to be the person who says things out loud.
All right. Sometimes some groups
the usual stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
The difficulty is the usual stuff is fine. It's manageable.
Okay, I see. How do you feel being in such a group? What benefits have you seen while in Zenith? Zenith being your group, of course.
Yeah. Well, I definitely see the fact that there are people who give a shit about my existence and will always consistently collaborate with me if needed, right? The another benefit is more potential, but I would like to have some co-highs eventually.
Oh, I see.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Another thing is the potential, I guess. The potential is much bigger than if I were just on my own, right? Sure, you can handle it. You can start to grow. You can start to hire those things, editors. But ultimately, a lot of people who are on the level where they can start to hire staff, they themselves already are an agency, basically. Like they're a little solo agency with their own talent management staff, with their own manager, with their own editors, with their own artists. Some of them eventually do form agency, like Vugen. Vugen basically was created from artists who decided to go, why not we go become an agency, right? So Yoshi, all those people, they basically decided to, hey, why not? Other people, Vshoujo also was created from the same thing because all of them were basically already an agency in their own right. And they just proceeded to merge it all together into a cohesive brand that is marketable and is very easy to promote because you can just say, oh, I'm Project Melody, I do this stuff, right? But if you do Vshoujo featuring this talent, this talent, and this talent, and this talent, it will not only bring back the faces of everyone who watches those specific talents, but it also will bring new talents because new talents and new talent watchers. I mean, because people will start to see the brand and the brand name recognition, and brand name recognition usually has the advantage of being reliable. People, when people watch Buff Pup, right? They just watch Buff Pup, and people who want to watch Buff Pup will watch Buff Pup, right? But when Buff Pup created a small agency of her own, right, with like a family theme, now it's a brand. It's a brand in the open, right? And people involved with that, Rose Doodle, I think and two other people, they are being recognized as a part of a whole. And their audiences might interact together, and it now automatically creates a certain amount of brand reliability that is going to last for them further moving onwards when people will go and say, oh, are they reliable? Are they going to stay around? Are they growing? And those things will inevitably attract people to give them other brand deals, because brands are often more, how do I say it? They are more prone to approaching other brands rather than just some random person on the internet. Let's say it like that, with more lucrative offers, basically. They see merch, they see official status, they see all that stuff, and they go, okay, this is a reliable brand. This is some place where we can make money. Or in terms of watchers, yes, this is a reliable brand. This is where I can most likely reach people for the foreseeable future. Right, this is worth investing my time. Similar to how MMO games work, honestly. Like that is like the same mechanic. MMO games that thrive continuously, they will attract more people because they thrive continuously. MMO games that are dying, and there is a perception that MMO is dying, people will not invest their time into those MMOs. And this is a perpetual death loop that happens because people don't invest their time, people don't come into play, hence more people don't play. And more people don't come, more people don't play, right? Same thing, same marketing practice applies. I'm Japanese for a second. Applies here. Enterprise. And that's sort of how it works, I think.
I got that. What are the goals of Zenith as a group? Any milestones?
Milestones? I feel like, monetize per maximum monetization they possibly can. Start our own merch line. Release first covers, which is down the line, which is already down the line. People are already releasing covers. One of Oni already have like a few out. Ashroll is recording one right now, and I am recording one right now. So we're gonna have our first series of covers soon. But yeah, other than that, monetization, general amount of growth, and establishment of the first budget, I would say. For now, it was just basically like a club/agency, but when the budget is established, it will be fully debuted into the fully productive agency, is what I'm gonna say.
I got that. All right.
That's basically it.
All right. What is the? I think you've already covered this, but what does the work culture look like in your group?
Work culture. I would say it's very. I guess it's very warm-ish. It's not that. Too official. People tend to be somewhat friendly, at least from my experience.
All right.
They tend to be friendly, from my experience, and that's good, I think.
Good, of course, yeah.
Well, other than that, I feel like it's just. I guess it's just like it feels like a friend group sometimes.
Yeah. All right. It feels like a friend group. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would not say we're like a big official talent agency that have managers that are like officially you are working. It's still on the stage where it's like a friend group that wants to push up a project together to a new level, right? After a certain point, I feel like it will be when the new people come, and if the group grows far enough, and there will be enough managers and all that kind of stuff. They will have a different experience to me when in a bigger agency, because me and my two colleagues, basically, we went through the period of time of many months where we were just a group, basically, just an NFV group.
I got that. How often do you talk with your co-idols? Off stream, specifically.
Fairly often. We periodically exchange information with each other, periodically like chat about stuff. Out. We hang around in VCs every so often when we have when we have the shared time. I periodically share new projects with them. Like recently, I shared the update to VTC Pog, basically that introduced the capability of using Chat GPT to basically make your pet sentient.
I see.
Yeah, that's the thing that is happening. By the way, you can use ChatGPT and use the API key, right? It's obviously like a little payment to maintain it, but it's not that expensive. It really isn't. Like it would be really not feasible if it was expensive, but it's not really expensive, so it's pretty feasible. So what it does is that it feeds you create your own pet's personality, right?
I got that.
You write down name, you write down everything about the person, you write them their lore, whatever the hell, right? And you adjust the VTC POG usual source of having their mouth tracking, right? And you adjust animations, whatever the hell.
I got that.
And they proceed to read the question, your chat. The bot is rigged to read your chat and respond to them. Yeah, you will have in some simpler terms, you will have your own little neurosama.
Yeah, a mini Sama.
A mini sama.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't have to be personality of neurosama. There are certain presets there you can use, but you can completely customize it because AI writing tends to adjust to in terms of parameters you have set it up to be. That is how it is so advanced, because if you set up certain parameters, it will write from the perspective of those parameters. It will generate text from those perspectives.
I get that.
Then it is funneled through VTC POG, which is adjusted, which has the API key and everything. So it gets funneled there, and from that point, it is voiced by one of the many TTS engines that are implemented into there. And that voicing basically triggers the mouth movements. And if you want to make an idle animation, that is another thing. You should probably make like an idle animation. So that's how the Neurosama is moving. You probably notice that she has a lot of cyclical movements, a lot of like similar swaying from side to side. That is also a function in YouTube Studio where you can create your own idle animation, and like that is basically repeated. It's maximum 60 seconds, I think. So it's 1 minute of idle animation, basically, that loops.
Big ol' yeah, I got that.
And your own little AI helper being there for you.
Give me a moment.
Neat.
We already covered those. Oh, here's I forgot to put in for that section. How about we take a break? A little hydration break. I feel like yeah. Right now, everyone, we will be polling questions from chat or wherever, and yeah, we'll probably have to do a follow-up interview now. I feel like we covered a lot today, and I feel like there will be another stream, especially in regards to your background in psychology. So
yeah, there's a lot of things you can ask me if you want to.
Of course. So yeah, we're going to take a little bit of a 5-minute water break. Pretty much relax and get ready. Get ready to answer some small questions before wrapping up. Well, not like immediately wrapping up. We still have some like.
Oh yeah. I get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. What are you drinking today, Theo?
I am drinking. Well, I drink coffee. I have like a half a liter of water there. But I also want to get get a bit of a. I'm gonna have some whiskey later.
Okay, some whiskey.
I'm Russian. We like drinking.
I got that.
Questions on chat. Okay. I just wanted to post on Zenith stuff so that I'm taking questionnaires.
That would be great if they if people ask questions over there. Do let me know about them.
Yeah, I already said that the link is in the promo section, basically, so they might comment here if they
Gotcha.
really want to.
Cool.
I will do the same for my my viewerships, basically.
I got that.
I feel like it will be nice. Yeah, if you want to just to be an interview here, we're taking chat questions. Questions. Okay.
All right.
At least one person might come through. We'll see.
Of course.
We shall see.
We shall see. But I think I can throw in one question. Because this is more or less like a trivia piece, and I suppose I'll just remove it from the second main body. I'll save for next interview. But you mentioned that you manage up to 20 VTuber streams at once.
Yes.
How do you do that?
It's my hearing comprehension. I'm very hearing focused person as like in general. And when I listen to all 20 of VTubers at the same time, I do understand what they're saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just like I just listen to. I have several sites that utilize the engine that basically allows to watch several things at the same time. But I do kind of pay attention to all of those, and I just kind of relax and sit and listen and lurk.
And
basically.
And what does that look like on a screen? Does it look like a sort of like a Zoom call?
Yeah, it looks like a Zoom call. It looks like a Zoom call, and also there's way too many open tabs on my screen.
I got that. The VTuber hearing skill? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard to comprehend what is happening on screens at the same time.
I got that. Did you ever take a break from watching VTubers?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when I sleep.
Of course. Are there any non-VTuber streamers you watch?
Non-streamers, yeah. I watch people like Asmongold.
I
watch Bricky. I watch a lot of other people.
I see.
So it depends on the mood. I have been a long YouTube and VTuber and everything watcher. I tend to have a lot of nerdy knowledge in terms of lore of YouTube and VTuber and Twitch and all that stuff.
I got that. What was how was the switch from being a content consumer to a content creator? Or like how did that
It was
feel?
odd. It was odd. On one hand, you know exactly what to expect because everyone is exhausted, everyone is like taking breaks all the time. There's like people who graduate all the time because stress and everything. On the other hand, you'd never really truly appreciate and truly get in how much shit you have to do in order to maintain a VTubing career. And it's just, I guess it really is. It was really eye-opening for me when I became a VTuber. It was really eye-opening in terms of what exactly I want to do, and it took me a long time to really realize what kind of brand I want to have because I kind of bumbled about all the time. By the way, we're taking questions, chat, so feel free to ask them. I'll respond them as we go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. There's a few people here from my side, I think.
Yeah, I
Feel free
noticed.
to ask questions.
Yeah, I noticed someone named you Theox. I assume this person is an older
It's a
watcher of
regular.
yours. Yeah, regular.
Yeah.
I see.
It's just but yeah, a lot of the things tied to my basically content was truly not understood by me until I actually became a content creator, and that's not something you can understand before becoming a content creator. It's just not really possible because you can't really anticipate what exactly is happening behind the scenes until you sit down, open the OBS or whatever program you use, open whatever else programs you use, open the stream keys, whatever the hell, and you need to all set it all up and you need to maintain it all up. You need to do this stuff. You will not understand the complication of things until you actually encounter those complications. That is like the ultimate problem with that. And like when you see scuff, right? You see funny, they're kind of stupid, right? Funny, but then you realize you are kind of funny, stupid because you forgot to switch off your BGM, or you forgot to set up your audio splitting, or you forgot to do this, or you forgot to do that, and now your stream have not heard you for the last 40 minutes because they thought you were in epic gamer mode playing game and talking into nothingness.
Yeah. That happened to me about like 5 streams in. So I think. And it still happens from time to time where I accidentally do not unmute my mic. So yeah, my mic.
That is just a thing that happens, and everyone knows it. Like if you are in the VTubing scene yourself, or like even content creation scene yourself, you have the moments where you have the professional streamer, and it's just like you just like going.
Wow, just flabbergasted, just absolutely flabbergasted.
Yeah, it's just you have that. You have that situation. You see a person spazzing on the screen doing gestures, but you're like, no sound. Is that no sound? Am I suddenly growing deaf?
I know,
no,
right?
It's the stuff.
I know, right? All right. So I assume there was like I assume you look at streamers, VTubers, content creators in general, like differently since becoming one.
Yes, definitely. It's hard not to truly appreciate the depth people go to improve their content. Like all the toggles that people set up to, they either cost money or are pain in the ass to set up. There's Zentreya, who basically invented a whole fucking Python script just so her entire personality could work. I talked with the IT person. He looked at it and said, "This is a fucking monster."
Oh my gosh! It's a monster.
This is a monster because there is no program directly that does text to speech to text in a way that it works like that. So it's a Python monster of cobbled up together text and code and cobbled up together program that create a human centipede that is probably a pain in the ass to set up.
A human centipede that is a pain in the ass. Yeah, that sounds a really good analogy right there.
Yeah. Basically, every time Zentreya sets up a stream, that's a half an hour just to set up her voice.
Yeah.
Like half an hour to an hour just to set up her voice.
I'm sure like since she made it, she also could like she also found like how to streamline it. So it is.
Oh yeah, obviously, but it's still a lot of time. Even with streamlining, it's a lot.
Actually, I do remember an interview with Anthony from like originally from Smush. I forgot his last name, but Anthony like did an interview with Zentreya, Zentreya, Neanners, and Iron Mouse, and Zentreya also mentioned that she quadruple checks if not only I think it was either the voice changer is on or if her camera is picking up her face or anything. But,
yeah. Yeah, Padilla. Anthony Padilla.
Padilla. There we go. I got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Thank you, Hattie.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Hattie.
But yeah, it's she's probably triple checking, double checking, quadruple checking every single feature of her TTS before she starts working, because it is especially hard to do, considering the fact that from a streamer's perspective, checking sound is such a pain.
Of course, it does. It is.
So you don't know how you sound to people until the person in question decides to say that you sound like that, or you sound like that. I don't think anyone enjoys listening to themselves, so nobody really turns on their streamer sounds, because it's even the psychological effect. When you listen to someone's voice in your ear, you instinctively stop talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you feel like you're interrupting, but then you realize you're interrupting yourself and you're annoyed because you
oh no, that's literally, I got that. That's literally all my audio testing. That's all my audio testing. So yeah,
that's just that. Like you listen to yourself and you're just like, oh, sorry, I'm interrupt. Wait, it's me. Fuck. So that's why I have my own voice as notifications for for example, I have the subscription notification set to me yelling "Pog" at the top of my lungs. So when I hear that, right, and it's like funny timing about that. Yesterday, I think I was doing a gaming session. I was describing this is the effort, and someone subscribed at the exact time, and just my voice in the background yelled "Pog."
I got that.
About this. So yeah, it comes with this fair share of complications. People who watch Scuff do not realize how scuffy it is to understand their Scuff. Unless it's visible. If it's visible, dropping frames, delay, whatever the hell, then it's very easy to spot, right? But otherwise, no, it's absolutely not easy to spot.
I got that. Let's see. What were you? I think this will tie back to your VTuber consumption habits. But what were your interests or ongoings in life that influenced your draw towards VTubers?
Well, I enjoy animation. I enjoy. Stories that they can tell. I enjoy the stylistic of animations. The thing about them is that I always enjoyed watching something that is creative on its own. You can turn on the camera and record a vlog, or turn on the camera and record anything, and you can do fancy editing and all that funny stuff. And I still do watch those, but ultimately the VTubers are very eye-catching. Let's say like that. They are very eye-catching in the sea of other content creators, especially if you're just starting to get into it. You see that one clip that has a funny anime person, you go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And before you know it, the YouTube algorithm said you watched one clip. How about the entire feed of those? How about we give you all of them?
Exactly. You did say feed, right? Not feet.
Feed.
Okay, I got that.
I don't understand why would you pay attention to your feet.
Hey, there's a market.
There is a market. Yeah,
exactly. There's a market.
I don't think the algorithm is conscious about that.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just a collection of many years of viewers jumping in and out of certain videos. But yeah. So with VTubers, there has been a lot of discussion of or mainstream awareness of parasocial relationships. In the case, if anyone wants to know or know the know, to simplify it, it's like a one-sided relationship with media personality. whether it be online, in the movie industry, etc. How does knowing that influence how you engage with not only other VTubers but also your chat?
Well, honestly, I feel like from a psychologist perspective, I feel like there is nothing wrong with parasocial relationships.
I got that.
That are mild, like as long as it doesn't affect negatively anyone. Sorry, give me a moment. My brain cannot process writing a message and talking at the same time for some reason.
I got that. I got that. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm writing a message. Okay. Almost done though. No. Okay. Okay. To continue my thought process here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. Like when someone watches a VTuber or a content creator, and they feel like they know this person because of the hours watching them actually do stuff, right? Play games, whatever the hell. It's not a bad feeling because it can be interesting to root for someone. It can be interesting to be enjoying someone's presence. It can be interesting to enjoy someone's content, right? Same thing as you like. I like this actor. I think they're cool. Like that is like nothing bad about that. It's the extreme cases that are usually being tarnishing the word on itself, because extreme cases obviously happen everywhere. There's fans of idols that take it too far. There's fans of content creators that take it too far. There has been really bad cases of that happening where someone actually died because of it. You know, stalker stuff.
I got that.
And it's just I feel like those cases make unfair negative press around the phrase parasocial relationship.
Of course.
Because people think about negative cases and extreme cases when they think parasocial relationships, and not normal cases of those where it's just like, I like this football player. I think he's really neat.
Yeah. I feel like,
so I don't think that. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know the actual statistics or any, like, the background in this, but I want to say, the extreme cases are, of course, the fringes, while the majority are,
not football players. Not a lot of people is unhinged enough to actually believe that the person who says the person who says is neat actually is even aware of their existence.
Exactly.
Like, unless you get close with the person, like, directly, unless it's a two-way street, but then it's not a parasocial relationship.
Exactly.
It's just a relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. Where do you see your VTuber content consumption a year from now? Did I ask that, or? Yeah. I didn't ask. I hope.
Yeah, you didn't ask. My future for content right now is continuing to play gacha games and play new RPGs, play new JRPGs, play new gacha games as I go. Hopefully grow. Okay. And hopefully post a bunch of a few documentaries within like a year at least.
I see. How do you usually interact with chat?
I talk to them, obviously.
Of course.
They answer questions, they reply, they ask questions, I reply to them. I tend to be the big attractor of lurkers, so I don't really have to say a lot of stuff.
Yeah?
Well, ultimately, I think I will... how do I say it? I am focused on my stuff, but if there is a question that I notice in chat, I will reply. I will answer to it. There's a few people in my chat who like to come in and say dad jokes. There's a few people in my chat that like to come in and like poke at me. But ultimately, it's fairly quiet. Recently, a trend has appeared that a lot of people who like play gachas that I play, they come in and say, "Oh, well, this is cool. I like watching you do that and that and that." And it's just like, yeah.
I suppose, yeah. There's also apparently like a some sort of promotion on Twitch about watching people play Honkai Impact Star Rail or something like that. I suppose.
I considered it. So I considered it. And thing about this is that I cannot play Star Rail in my mind until I finish Impact.
I got
which
that.
is going to take a while.
I got that.
Because not a lot of people know Honkai Impact is a game from 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of like Honkai Impact 3 or something, or like...
Yeah, Honkai Impact 3rd is from 2016.
Ah, I see, okay.
There is no Honkai Impact 2nd.
Oh, what is there a Honkai Impact 1?
No.
No?
It's Honkai Impact the 3rd is not the title of the game and in the series. It's the title of the game in the story because it's currently the 3rd Honkai Impact in the game.
I see.
Yeah, it's effectively about the 3rd Honkai Impact because there was Honkai Impact number 1 within the lore and Honkai Impact number 2 within the lore.
I see.
No, Honkai Impact was not the first HimmOwO's game. There was a game before. Let me tell you the name of the first MiHoYo game.
The HoYo Extended Universe.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Games. The first game of MiHoYo was. They actually had several games before Honkai Impact 3.
Into the HoYoverse.
there was a game of 2011 called Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah.
Then there was 2012 Zombie Gal Kawaii. Yeah. Then there's a game called Guns Girl Z, which is also coincidentally called Honkai Gakuen. So it was it was somewhat tied to Honkai Impact Verse, but not really. Then there's it was 2014. Then 2 years later, they finally released Honkai 3rd, which is Honkai Impact 3rd.
I got that.
And then they started to releasing other things. Then in 2020, they released 2 games. One of which is very well known for everyone else.
Of course.
Which is Genshin Impact.
Exactly.
Yes. And the other is Tears of Themis, which nobody knows about.
Huh.
It's also a game. It's basically during each it's a free-to-play adventure game with card mechanics, basically.
I do, Artem Stan. Wait, Artem Stan?
Artem Stan.
I see.
I think it's a name. Artem Stan. It's Artem Stan. Well, I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a name. Is a character in HimmOwO's that has. But yeah.
Okay.
And then there is obviously 2023 where Star Rail released. And they focused a lot of their content focused on HimmOwOverse and stuff after the Genshin Impact came in and made them bucks. I played Tears of Themis. It's an Otome mobile game. Artem is one of the main male love interests. Oh, okay. Yeah, see. Yeah, it's basically like a somewhat an Otome game that is also an adventure card game. It's like story focused, all that stuff. But yeah, this is another HimmOwO's game that is, I think, not largely known of.
I got that.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Ultimately, yeah.
Go ahead. Finish up.
Ultimately, I think I want to say that a lot of what's popular is largely is making other people kind of overlook what was there before that wasn't that popular. Case in point, some people think that's HoloLive popularized VTubing.
Yeah.
Not the case, but people think that.
Are you talking about like at least in the West?
In the West, yeah. In the West, even in the West, people weren't exactly. Even in the West, people weren't exactly popularized. There were Project Melody before. There were other people before, Zentreya before. There was other people that basically did perpetuate everything into things.
Yeah, of course. Iron Mouse was like 2017 when she started, so yeah, if I remember right. So yeah.
Yes, you remember correctly. Though she didn't get popular until 2020 either.
I got that. Yeah. So, where do you see yourself a year from now?
Good question. I think I seen myself back then when I started. I've seen myself somewhere. At least I've seen myself in the region of 1,000 followers on Twitch. But as we are here now, I don't stream on Twitch anymore.
I get that.
And I still need to get to that same radius. So I guess that's the thing I want to. I would like to be there. I would like to be within. I would like to be monetized. I would like to have a consistent schedule output of content. Maybe I will be in the same agency. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm not exactly the one to try to. I guess try to predict things, but I would like to be what I said back during the first community-wide collab. I would like to be alive.
I get that.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm gonna say. I see myself alive. That is like the best thing I can say.
Of course, I hope that too, man. Yeah. World geopolitics aside, do you think your managers will have like a tighter, per se, a leash, so to speak, on your content, or on who you interact with?
Considering the fact that I'm doing fairly well for someone who just started on YouTube, I think I'll be left largely to my own devices, similar to how people like Pippa are not exactly constrained by the content machine. She gets bonked occasionally by managers if she goes too far.
I got that.
Bonked, yeah, but considering the shit she says online, I don't think it happens often, and it works.
I got that. So, are there any upcoming streams you'd like to promote?
There might be today a stream later. With Arcanites, with a friend, with my little brother Vivi. There might be that, or we might need to delay it for like next week, for like a week ahead, because we really did talk a lot, didn't we?
Of course, we are going. We are chugging along almost at 2 hours 30 minutes, but I say that's still good.
Yeah, it's like. I think someone he has like a few runs to run, and I will need to prepare. If Vivi is free later today, we'll do the stream with Vivi. If not, then I'll just delay it for later. It's fine. It happens. We already kind of talked about it. That's the message I was writing.
I got that. Okay, so any of your fellow co-idols you'd like to promote?
Let me actually check. There might be something. Something.
Provide their Twitter @s into the chat, and I'll add their Twitter profiles into my description later.
Yes. Obviously. Okay. There's let's see. Okay. Oni is gonna have a stream today.
All right.
This is copy, please. Thank you. Okay. Cut. Let me cut this. Cut. That's Ashral's stuff. Ashral's profile. Let me find the Let me find your. I'm doing it for mobile, so I need to for a moment do this. There you go. Load in, please. Okay. Yeah, loaded. Okay. So that's the ad of Ashwin Nishimoto.
Gotcha.
That's my one colleague.
All right.
And the other is Oni. Yeah, there you go. Oni so yummy. And that's another one. Those are the two buddy buds of mine.
Buddy bud.
The Ashril is currently away. We're going to be doing the thing on Thursday with her after she's back from her trip.
Gotcha.
Oni is doing a stream later today himself. So feel free to go do that. Go watch him after this if you would like. He's a cool dude. He makes a lot of noises, and we had invented a new nickname for him ever since he became a talent. I don't know how it happened exactly, but people called him Onion.
Yum.
And now Onion, and now he's an Onion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Yum. Yum.
Onion, yeah, Onya.
Gotcha.
Onion. Onion. Not Onisawa, Onion.
I got that.
It happens sometimes. Like I get called Dad all the time. Like not even Daddy, Dad.
I got that.
Because I do make a lot of dad jokes, but so it's kind of fair. And I do get called Daddy, sure, but Dad. There's a lot of dads.
Do you have a dad joke you'd like to share?
Yeah. Let me think about it.
All right.
Okay, let me share you. Let me share one of you.
Prepare everybody.
Where do boats? Where do boats go when they're sick? To the boat dock.
Yeah. Oh. I feel like a shrimp shriveling up. Oh, the cringe. It's too much. How you feeling?
Also, that's another thing about me. By the way, you just heard the rare appearance of the famous Cabal laugh.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I accidentally absorbed Cabal's laugh, so I laugh like that now.
All right. Sounds good.
You know Cabal, right?
Cabal. Not so much. No. Cabal.
The big Eldritch Vtuber thing person.
Actually,
yeah.
No.
In the
Cabal.
Cabal.
There we go. Cabal. Vtuber. If I'm spelling it right. Cabal.
If you see a big.
Oh, this guy. Okay, I recognize him. Yeah, the one.
Yeah. He has a very distinct laugh. I watched him so much that I kind of accidentally absorbed part of his laugh to myself. I adapted it to myself, so I now laugh like that. I don't do it on purpose. I just do it like that.
Yeah.
It just happens.
All right. How you doing right now? How are you feeling?
I'm good.
You good? All right. We're gonna be doing a little bit of closer right now.
Okay.
All right. Now, everyone, we will be concluding this episode of the show. Thank you very much for coming to the stream or the VOD. Thank you, Theo, for your time and contribution to the show. You chatters and VOD watchers will be able to find his links soon down in the socials below, in the description below. Check him out. Comment, whatever. I'll do a little bit of promotion on my own. I'm going to be having another stream later. I'm going to be doing some geography tests before we hop back onto Dark Souls.
Nice.
So yeah, have a good time. Have a good time, everybody. See y'all
Have
later.
a good time.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Definitely returning here. Definitely.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Goodbye.